Hello, everybody, and today we are going to do Gaul versus Greece. This is the fourth video of Anirudh's battles. So, so we are going to do Gaul versus Greece, and I'm sure you all know that that Gaul actually did invade Greece. Most of the videos I'm doing, they're historical scenarios. So Gaul invaded Greece. Uh, um, yeah. So they invaded Macedon, killed its king. This happened after the death of Alexander the Great, of course. And so I remember once telling you that I'll show you Pontus versus Rome, and that in my second video, that battle was my masterpiece, but it has a terrible replay. So I'll just tell you the story. So I was commanding Pontus, enemy was Rome. I had so it was Cilician hills, and I had high ground position. I kept two units in a bit of how do you say, somewhere off the map, in a bit of a destroyed fort-like place, I guess. And as the main enemy army, I gave them mostly phalangites. I gave them a phalanx. As they advanced towards me, the gap started opening in their formation. So I exploited it, and I charged down, and at the same time the two legion units that were hidden somewhere off the map, I ordered them to come and help my main fight, but they were intercepted and they held their own because it was Eastern infantry hillmen that were intercepting them, but they were outnumbered and they held their ground with great discipline. So we have Gaul versus Greece. And anyway, so the enemy broke eventually. And it was then just. And actually, the enemy chariots created havoc. Okay, so Gaul versus Greece. Now, I'm pretty sure if you really should go to the Wikipedia page, which is about Hellenistic armies. You'll see that Pyrrhus of Epirus, he put light infantry with his phalanx to make it more maneuverable, and I'm sort of doing the same here. But it's sort of to give my men more fighting. It's sort of to give more men, put more men in the front, and I am not going to let them run this time. Okay. So, I'm sort of just integrating my men. Yeah. So here's the Gallic army. I gave them mostly war band, but I gave them a few armored units. I'm not that unfair. Like Forester war band, barbarian general. Here's a barbarian cavalry. Barbarian noble cavalry is on this flank, and I am outnumbered. So I'm keeping some peltasts in front of my cavalry because they are opposed by barbarian noble cavalry, and they are sure to eviscerate. Okay, so the enemy are advancing, and I gave them a lot of armored units like chosen swordsmen, so it won't be a bit of a double of last time where, but there will be quite the slaughter, you'll see. Okay, so I am moving some Greek cavalry and my general, which are on my right flank, and I'm trying to lure the enemy cavalry and some infantry into detaching from their main battle line. I don't want like a load, just a bit, tiny bit. So that's my plan. So I'm ordering my men to sort of position at a way they can charge the barbarian cavalry. Maybe just to lure them, or maybe I'll actually charge them. I won't give spoilers. All the while, the enemy are advancing towards my main force. So, yeah. Soon you'll see they fall for my trap. I'm beginning to fire. However, it won't be like last time because they have some heavily armored units. Oh, yeah, yeah. And here, see, the enemy are now going after me. So they got baited in my trap. Well, no, they took my bait. Sorry. And oh yeah, sorry, we missed it. So now I'm charging into the enemy and I'm taking casualties, but I will break this unit quickly. Yep, that's the end of it. So the enemy is charging and Warband's charging too. LA is now developing, sorry. I was extremely scared that my pelters would break and they would expose my cavalry. So I ordered a cavalry charge into the warband and it helps break them. Meanwhile, my Spartan hoplites and part of my right flank are advancing down the hill, and they are being followed by the skirmishers. Now the Celts are gonna charge. Barbarian cavalry charged my pelters, and I'm ordering a counter charge with the Greek cavalry. There's no chance of them winning this fight, but I hope they will hold the enemy back for a bit. However, you'll see they win. And now my whole army is going to advance. Here's my Greek cavalry and general are engaging with the enemy general. And a fierce combat ensues. So, yeah. So there's quite the fierce fighting going on. And yeah. And my Spartan hoplites, this unit's surrounded, but it's still breaking their enemy. But they're still breaking the enemy, it's not it's. And I'm sending reinforcements because I am victorious and on the flanks I'm able to send reinforcements and I'm victorious all down the line also. So now I'm ordering a full on charge down the hill to finish off my enemies. And as you probably know, I'm playing as the Greeks. I'm sorry I didn't mention that. I just get a bit. And this is the first time I'm adding background music. Well, background music which is not added from room to room. So now it's a chart because my hoplites are slow, so I'm ordering my peltists and archers to do a bit of a full-on charge, because the enemy they have made a new line, and this charge is very uncoordinated. That's my bad, but it's just so mass of numbers that the enemy makes. So yeah. And okay, now the enemy. So my general is sort of running off the field, and here's my Greek cavalry. I don't know what they're doing. They're bracing for a charge from infantry. Oh yeah, and the enemy general, he charged my Spartan hoplites, and well, he died. Like, come on, who doesn't die charging Spartans? So yeah, that's the end of the battle. So it's not ended though. And now the enemy are fleeing. The enemy, some enemy cavalry is trying to go behind and try to cut off my advance. However, they are being routed by arrow fire and javelin fire, and And I'm also ordering my archers and javelin men to fire at the retreating soldiers so they do not escape. I'm trying to kill every single one of them I can. See? Wow. See? And these two units are already trying to head off the enemy. You'll see soon I order a full on pursuit of the remaining enemy soldiers. The cavalry is also trying to escape. I think they're one of the only units lucky enough to escape unmolested after routing. Ordering a full on pursuit down the hill towards the enemy forces. I have won. So yeah, I'm pursuing the enemy and I'm cutting down whoever I can. And my javelin men are still firing. It's two, three. A lot of units I could have gotten had I ordered the pursuit earlier, but I still got a good portion of them. I trapped a good wow, it's a good portion of the enemy army trapped. So yeah. This is not the most interesting part of the battle, but it's still one part you'd like to see. Because there's this mass of Gallic soldiers who are running, and I'm doing like literally everything in my power to cut down every one of them. So I was a bit afraid that my cavalry would get in the way of the javelin fire, so I'm quickly ordering them out of there. And there's this one unit I wish I had ordered my whole army for them because I would have got much more kills. But meh. That's the end of all enemy armies on this side of the battlefield. So now there are only a few enemy units that remain who are also currently routing. As you will see, I'm going to cut them down. I'm sending a bit of a strike force to uh, cut them down. A depleted unit of cavalry. Sorry, some archers, and yeah. See, there's my strike force. But yeah, there are only a few enemy units left on the field. Also, I don't know if you'll be able to hear the background music. I'm trying, but I don't know if it'll work. So yeah, just endless pursuit now. If you want, you can. If you want, you can. Sort of. Yeah, actually, forget it. I don't know why I'm even saying this. That is it. And yeah, I'm beginning to fire volleys, but it's not gonna help. Firstly, they're heavily armored, and none of the shots are even hitting them. And even if they did, it would. I think the standard bearer would be the only person who would be able to get cut down easily because he has light armor and other uh, unlike the other units. If this battle was actually true, it might have forced the Gauls to retreat. I don't know. So I'm ordering my cavalry to head off the enemy so I can charge. And honestly, like the Pontic battle, I feel that if that one naked fanatic guy and these chosen swordsmen had any cohesion, they could have routed this unit, maybe entirely killed them, and then retreated. But that didn't happen. That's the end of the enemy now. I'm charging into them. They've gone. You see the sort of lanes they make? Yeah, that's the end of the enemy. The battle's over and we have won. We have won in the name of Hercules. Clear victory, Sicilia Graecus. I was not in Sicily. 753 versus 853. I was outnumbered by 100 men. I inflicted 713 casualties. The enemy remained with 137 troops. I lost 201 men and I have 580 men remaining. Lot of kills without taking that many casualties. Yeah. Well, in my general, okay, yeah, that's the end of the battle. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.